Hello Biafrans and lovers of freedom across the globe. Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV, your uncompromising voice for truth, justice, and liberation. This marks a pivotal moment in the global stance against both the Nigeria Christian genocide and terror in West Africa.
Hello Biafrans and lovers of freedom. During a heated TV exchange, journalist Rufai Oseni was visibly shocked when presidential aide Bayo Onanuga claimed that Nigerian officials rang terrorists and the abducted schoolgirls were released without ransom. This remark highlighted the government's controversial reliance on direct negotiation with armed groups rather than lawful prosecution. We dive into full context of this story as follows. The incident, Onanuga, special advisor to President Tinubu, was discussing the recent Kebbi schoolgirls' abduction. He suggested that authorities contacted the kidnappers directly and secured the girls' release without paying ransom. A Rufai Oseni's reaction. On Arise TV, Oseni expressed disbelief and outrage, questioning how the government could openly admit to negotiating with terrorists instead of dismantling their networks. Background. On November 20, 2025, 24 schoolgirls were abducted from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Kebbi State. Tinubu ordered Defense Minister Bello Matawali to relocate to Kebbi to oversee rescue efforts. Onanuga's statement implied that the release was achieved through informal channels rather than military or judicial action. Controversy. Critics argue this approach legitimizes terrorists and undermines rule of law. Supporters claim it avoids ransom payments and saves lives. Rufai's shock reflects wider public concern that Nigeria's government is normalizing direct deals with armed groups. On Arise TV, Rufai Oseni was stunned when Bayo Onanuga revealed that Nigerian officials rang terrorists and the abducted schoolgirls were released without ransom. This shocking admission raises urgent questions. Is Nigeria negotiating with terrorists instead of defeating them? What does this mean for justice, security, and the rule of law? Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV, under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB leader. Subscribe for diaspora resistance, justice advocacy, and cultural awakening. Be part of history. Every voice matters. Watch as everyday Nigerians speak truth to power and rally behind the #Free Nnamdi Kanu Now movement. Now, let us listen and hear the updates.
First of all, what can you tell us about how the 38 worshippers at that church in Eruku, Kwara State were rescued?
Well, I think after the incident happened and the DSS and the military were involved in the rescue efforts. I think they got in contact with the bandits to release those people unarmed. And I think finally on Sunday, they were able to get them out unarmed.
So they basically know who they are.
Well,
because when you say rescue them,
yeah,
did they actually
the security
physically
people,
go there and get them out?
The security people, well, at the risk of revealing how they do their work, they do have a way of tracking these people.
Right. So
they know what's going on at any point in time. What sometimes restrains them from going after them is the risk of collateral damage.
Of course.
They go about abducting our people and they use them as shield so that they will not be attacked. So they don't just want to be attacking them, they need to be sure that they are not using our people as a kind of a shield.
But if the government did not attack them in order to rescue these people, how did they get them released? Because I mean,
they got in contact with them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it seems almost perverse for the people to abduct people and then a few days later release them.
They have a way of contacting them.
You mean they paid them money?
Not paying them. They know the risk. If they keep those people with them and they're saying release them, they know that the next thing will be for the government to embark on a kinetic action and attack their base.
Yeah, but they killed people.
But that's risky. But that's risky.
That makes
if
them
you attack their
criminal.
base, you can kill those.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
But I mean, what people are curious to know, because it is not the government who are directly under threat. It's the people, and the people have to know how you go about doing these things in order to shore up their own defense.
I think that's left for the security people to discover. What I know is that they contacted them to release those they have abducted.
And they just acquiesced, did they?
Because they know the consequence of not acquiescing to government demand, that they should release, let those people go, so that, because they know that the consequence is that the government will come and pummel them.
But does that mean that some kind of a deal was done then to say, because I mean those people killed people, so technically they are, I mean, they should be arrested, tried and prosecuted and face the full wrath of the law.
The first thing that government has to do is to get those people freed.
Right.
And government has achieved its objective. As for the next level of action, it's left for the security people to take. I don't want to second guess them. They know what they have to do. They've taken the precaution to make sure that at least they retrieve those people from there. That's the first thing. So the next line of action is left with, I don't want to be talking about.
And that is all issues. The people who were abducted?
All of them.
Right. All 38 of them.
So is it that you people didn't arrest them? You didn't exchange fire with them? You negotiated with them? And you left them to go like that so that they will go ahead and kidnap another person, just like they have done? So, I mean, I shudder in righteous disbelief at what is truly happening in Nigeria as we speak. You left them. You left the criminals, the bandits. You negotiated with them. As what? As business partners? They released 24 people in Kebbi. Yes, good. As what? And you didn't arrest them. So is it that you just negotiate with them and they leave the people like that? Was ransom paid? Wait. Should the government even be negotiating in a case where the government is supposed to have the superior firepower? And even after the negotiation, when are they going to be brought to book? So is it that as they release the people freed, now that they are not going to face justice? I mean, is that the case? I mean, because I don't... Can somebody explain these things to me? I mean, am I being stupid? So is it that the people that went to pick up people in Kebbi and kept them in the bush against their will for a couple of days, the government would just say, oh, we negotiated with them and they released the people? Is that it? No justice, no accountability? Is that it? These are actual criminals and they perpetrated a crime. But the same government has jailed Nnamdi Kanu for life imprisonment for inciting violence. But the same people that kidnapped, took people against their will, the government just had the temerity to come out and say, oh, we negotiated with them, and once they released the people, so once they released the people, that was it, right? I mean, I think maybe I'm not here well. I'm not here well. I'm sorry. So, is that it? Is that it? So you come and you say, oh, you negotiated with them, and that's the end of it, right? I think I'm probably stupid. Maybe I didn't hear very well when Mr. Onanuga talked about it. And other people too have been released in that same fell swoop. So is it the negotiation that went on, or we actually engaged with them? So, wait a minute. When some bandits were caught on camera saying that we're close to the government and we'll stop when they tell us to stop, so does that make any sense now? Because if the government says they just waltz in and they negotiated with bandits, and they removed and they released the people. But I always thought there should be consequences. There should be a firefight. There should be, or is the government going to go back and, airstrike those people? I mean, I don't make it make sense to me. At the same time, America is calling us all sorts of names. So if the government can negotiate with these bandits and get people back, so does it mean that even if America gives us support, military support, how are we going to tackle the same people we negotiate with? Because if you can just say, oh, we negotiated, we got them back.
Heard a message that echoes the cries of the oppressed and the resolve of the free. At Biafra Battle Cry TV, we stand firm in amplifying voices that challenge tyranny and defend humanity. Stay vigilant, stay united, and never stop speaking truth to power. Until next time, keep the fire of freedom burning.